Hey guys, Joebizz34 back again, and I'm back with another review slash showing off some mods and customs at the same time. It's kind of a hybrid. This is the Hot Toys 16 Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. And although I wasn't in love with the movie, I like it better beyond, looking at it a second time. Still think it has its issues, but you know what? That's a different topic. This is not about judging the movie. This is about judging the figures from the movie, and I think Hot Toys overall did an excellent job here. Simplistic, but at the same time effective. I mean, it's not a DX, it's not anything fancy. There's not much to his sculpt. It's basically his head with that mask on him, that breathing apparatus he's got on him. And you know what? The paint apps, the mask, the breathing apparatus on him, everything looks really nice. Skin looks good, looks realistic, texture's good. So, kudos to Hot Toys for the head sculpt. I think it came out very well. And, it doesn't have moving purrs. It's not a fancy DX, but sometimes that's not necessary. I could probably see them double dipping and maybe doing a purrs version in the future. And that might be cool to be able to move his eyes on this one, since you don't really get a lot of expression from the mouth or the nose. He really pretty much speaks through his eyes. So they got the eyes right, so it works. But maybe a purrs would be good on this one for future reference. But anyway, it's not really important. I'm not always a fan of the purrs for certain head sculpts anyway, so I think in this case he looks great, does the job. The coat is fantastic. I think it's one of the best parts of the figure. I think they did a really good job on the coat. Some of the outfit leaves a little lacking, and that's where the customization comes in that I'm going to get to. So the armor, the vest, everything is pretty detailed. Some have complained saying it could be better, and some I think have actually customized their own vest or an armor and whatever, and it came out great. I'm not that critical of it. I think, looking back at the movie, I think it looks good enough. There's the armor. The coat covers it. I'm going for the full gear dress up for the scene when he's basically outing Commissioner Gordon and Batman for what they did involving the death of Harvey Dent and covering it up. So obviously I'm going for that scene, as you can see him holding up the picture there, which I'll get into where I got that in a minute. And basically he's got the shirt on underneath, though you can't really see. I mean, he's got a brownish black shirt underneath the vest, which taking the vest off is not easy. So be careful. It's very intricate and delicate. If you're going to take the vest off to put the shirt on, be careful. Just be patient and do it slowly so you get everything back on right. And try to undo as least as possible to get the vest off in the first place, so that when you put it back on, because there's a lot of thread, there's like straps and strings that you have to retie and stuff like that. But overall, not terrible. I've experienced worse as far as dealing with Hot Toys clothing, so this wasn't terrible. But proceed with caution. So I got the shirt on underneath, which you can't really see that well. I mean, I don't know if the camera's picking up, but you can kind of see the rim of the shirt collar right there. It's kind of a V-neck shirt. Got the vest on, the jacket. So I'm going for that full get-up scene. Now, as you notice here, he's got a bare hand fist. They do have the, it does come in the box, the gloves. He wears like that leather forearm strap thing on his arm, and then they have a version that it's coming on to his hand, and then they have one that's just open, because if you're using the fist, I guess they can't, you can't strap it on. Since I kept the fist, I took that off because I figured it's being covered with the coat anyway, and to be honest with you, it's very thick, and the coat is snug, especially with the shirt on, so it was a little difficult to get the coat on, so I just left it. I left that forearm piece off since he's got the coat covering anyway. But that's your preference. If you really are a stickler for screen accuracy, you might want to use the one that kind of you can use the open hand, I guess, so that you can use the forearm strap that comes down and actually hooks onto the hand. Your preference. To me, I don't really care. With the getup like this, I think he looks fine. So what was improved? So by itself, here's the stand. It's a typical grid-like stand, like an iron grid, I guess, kind of mimicking his hideout, when he was underground. But for this look, I would have preferred to have a stand kind of like what Batman has, like the cement sidewalk. It doesn't have to have this, obviously, but giving his speech in front of the mayor's house there at Gotham. But let's get into Mr. Echo. And so, well, before I get into Mr. Echo, I'm going to give Mr. Echo a shout out because he helped me enhance this figure, and he's helped many others, and I'll explain that. On its own, I'd give this figure about a 7.5. It lacks in some accessories. I mean, you get this cool broken mask here. You know, that's cool. That, you know, mimics the scene of when he broke Batman's back. So that's cool. I think I just dropped the mask, so let me get that, put it right back there. There we go. So that's a cool little accessory, and I think the way I got him displayed right now, he kind of represents the move, like all parts of the movie. Like, you know, he's his gear, he's holding up the Harvey Dent, representing when he's outing the speech. There's actually a little 1/6 version of his speech right here, that courtesy of Mr. Echo. He gave me that when I purchased his boots and pants. So that, you know, and then he got the broken mask when he breaks Batman earlier in the film. He breaks his back or damages his back, whatever. So I really like him looking like this. It kind of represents, you know, it's like a telling of various parts of the movie to me. So I bought custom boots and custom pants off of Mr. Echo. He's hooking people up with them. Some people could do them on themselves. He's offering parts, advice on how to do it, or the full getup. Me not having a lot of time as much as I used to customize, I opted for just getting the boots and the pants off of him already complete. So he dyed it for me. He colored the pants for me. These are more accurate pants. I'm going to get another light here for a second so you can kind of see. It's a little dark, so I have some extra help for this video because I want to get in there and show you guys. Okay, here we go. So you can see the pants are not the pants that come with the Hot Toys figure. These are like military cargo pants. They were originally camouflage colored, and what some people are doing, including Mr. Echo, is they're taking them and they're dyeing them either a dark gray, like a grayish color, or bluish color, depending on, you know, which look you prefer, because I guess his pants looked like different colors in different points of the film. And then there's the boots. Leather boots, real leather boots, 1/6 scale, that Mr. Echo modified with the extra straps going over. Two-tone color it for accuracy. I had some trouble strapping it on because there's actually real straps. So I did peel the paint off a little bit, and he did, you know, to be fair, he did warn that the paint might scratch a little. But I kind of couldn't avoid it, so he was very helpful in giving me the colors, you know, to touch up, and he even offered to send samples. So if anybody else out there, you know, wants to get boots like this off him, if he's still offering them, or just get advice, like what parts you need to create it yourself, to get the boots yourself off eBay or something, and customize and get the paint, you know, he can hook you up either way. But I got them from him done and painted, and then I just touched it up, and thanks Mr. Echo for you know, telling me what colors to use. So they matched up pretty nicely. Like at this point, you really can't even tell that they were repainted a little bit. It wasn't terrible, and not all of it came out, just like certain spots. So I just covered it up. So kudos to Mr. Echo, great job. And then the pants, you see he put the knee guards on there, the knee pads on, you know, over the kneecaps, and he dyed it really nice. It's gray. It's gray for the most part. It has a little bit of a greenish bluish hue, which is fine because, you know, the tinting in the film at times gives it that same type of look. So it looks fantastic. I have no problem with it, and it really elevates the figure. These two items, and then as a free bonus, he gave me, you know, he threw in the speech, which some people do offer, the 1/6 speech that he reads. Basically, it's Commissioner Gordon's confession about what really happened with Harvey Dent. And then he also sent me this, you know, the 1/6. It's basically a photo of Harvey Dent scaled down to 1/6 and on actual photo paper. So pretty cool. Kudos to Mr. Echo. Great job. Thank you, Mr. Echo. It's awesome. And with these little upgrades, I would now up the figure to maybe an 8.5. So it definitely improves the figure in my eyes and makes it more of a nice collectible. So I'm going to get into, my camera's about to die. I'm at the 10-minute mark, so you know how it is. I have to always start. So I'm going to get into this guy right here in a minute and why I'm re-showing him. Alright guys, I'm back, and I figured before I get into Batman, I wanted to show you the box. This is the, let me just focus in here, so there we go. There's the cover of the box, and there's the inside of the box. Pretty simplistic. Kind of reminds me of the Hot Toys box that John Connor from Terminator Salvation came in. Also Christian Bale, ironically. So there's a connection there. Very simplistic, thinner and smaller than some other boxes. Like, you know, it's not a DX box or anything. But as you can see, once again, let me see if I can get the extra light here to help out. Hold on, bear with me for a sec. All right, here we go. So I'm going to shine it on there so that you guys can see it. Alright, so there we go. So there's the extra help there. So there's the pants that come with Bane. And like I said, it's not terrible, but it's not quite as accurate. Put the light down there. This light gets hot really fast, so I don't want it to lean on something and start to set a fire on me. So there's the pants. You know, it comes with the belt. Okay, it's cargo pants. I mean, it's got the knee pads and everything. it's a little flimsy, a little thin. So I can understand why the belt's nice, and I can understand why some people might complain about it. It's not terrible. I mean, if Mr. Eckel didn't do what he did, or if they didn't have, you know, if I would have gotten it with the pants, I might not have really thought too much about it. But the other thing here is the boots. So here's the boots. The light up. Okay. So there's the boots that come with Bane by default. Okay, so I'm gonna try to adjust the foot. So, you know, overall, really good job. So the boots are good, but like I said, the boots that are on him now definitely elevate the figure. So now, getting into this guy, why am I showing the Dark Knight? Well, a couple of reasons. I already reviewed him. This is the Dark Knight Rises. He was a DX. He came with the purrs, and the purrs still work. I did the squint mod, and I did some other mods, and I just wanted to share that really quick. So basically, the biggest complaint with this figure was the shoulder pads being too big, which I did heat them up and squished them down. And I want to give a shout out to Magler. He started a customs thread for this that really allowed a lot of people to share their mods, including his own, that got the ball rolling, and it gave a lot of ideas of how to just improve the figure and have fun. I mean, like I said, I like the figure out of the box. I mean, you can go back and watch my original DX12 review vid that's on my channel, and you can see what the figure looks like from the start. You know, or if you own the figure already, you can compare. Some things I thought were necessary. Some things I thought were frivolous but fun to do anyway, just for the sake of making it better. You know, I don't have too bad of OCD, but there were some things I did improve and I wanted to improve. And the first thing, majorly what I improved was, starting with the head, I did widen the cowl. I heated it up and stuck, cut a toothpick in half and stuck one on each side of the head sculpt, the cowl on each side, left and right. And it fattens the head up a little bit and gives it more of a realistic head-shaped look, like he's actually in there. The faceplate has been replaced. I originally modded one of the older faceplates from the original DX, I guess the DX2 Dark Knight, and I used that, but then eventually I replaced, let me see if I can get in there a little closer. I replaced it with the one that was done by Robbie the Painter. So let me shut this light off. I don't think we need this light now. So that came out really nice. The paint job is great. Let me just hold on a second there. Okay, so the paint job is really nice. Fits right. You know, he made it to fit right in. Really elevates the sculpt. Looks much more Christian Bale-ish. The facial expression is better too. A lot of people didn't like the facial expressions that the three plates had originally. Now the eyes, I did the squint mod. Like I said, I basically sculpted without removing or taking it apart. I sculpted eyelids in there to kind of create more of that squint look that he's doing, and then I used acrylic black paint and painted it up. Don't want to get too close there, but you can kind of see it's not 100% accurate. Like, it's not 100% like neat and perfect. Like, if you really look in there magnified, you could see that I was slightly sloppy with it, but with it covered with black paint and with normal eye view, not magnified like what you're seeing now, it looks great, and I'm very happy with how it came out. And, you know, not bad sculpting considering how small I had to get to do it. And the purrs still work. That's the most impressive part. Even though I added that Sculpey in there, I actually used epoxy in there, and it dried, and I painted it, but I could still actually use the purrs. I can move the eyes still, which is cool. So, like I said, I tightened the shoulder pads, kind of made them fit a little more snug. There's like a armor, like a chest mod that you don't really need to do anything, but there's a certain way you can move the figure and crunch the figure so that it positions the torso chest armor part a little better, and then allows the belt to sit a little lower, a little more closer to the crotch area. And that was another one that Magler suggested, and that worked out pretty good. That was pretty easy. It's just a matter of bending the figure a certain way to kind of pull the top part down a little bit. The cape is from Elfrig. Everybody knows him. He makes the custom capes. It's rayon. It's a short one. It's very nice. I don't know if you can kind of see. It's much more relaxing, much more natural. It's the way even it drapes off the shoulders. I have to say, with any of these Batman figures, I think getting these capes are a must. Whether it's from Elfrig or somebody else, but he's been doing it for a while and he makes really good stuff. And he's on Sideshow forums, and he's also on eBay. And same thing with Robbie the Painter. He's on Sideshow forums with the exact username I just said, so you could look him up if you're interested in a faceplate or any other stuff he does. Really nice. So shout outs to both of them. And I did the wrist mod, where I cut out the top part of the wrist so it kind of fits underneath the forearm armor there, so it kind of looks like, blends in a little better. The collar around going around the bottom of the wrist of the hand, the glove was a little too much. The elbow pad that was originally attached to the forearm armor, I detached. Let me see if I can get around there and show you real quick. And I basically, that was another mod. Some people did it differently. Some people used like a hair dryer and basically, you know, basically bent it in shape. I cut it off, and as you can see there, I glued it onto the underneath cloth suit as a separate piece. So this way, yeah, you can see. So you can see it's actually like two pieces now, and I actually shortened the forearm guard. There was an extra piece there that detaches and comes off. So getting back to the last main mod that I did, the boot mod. Okay, so what this is that out of the box, the boots kind of obviously look like two pieces. It looks like the top half of the boot comes down to the ankle, and then you can see like there's a gap there that makes it look like the foot is a different, you know, part, or you know, you can tell there's a separation there. So basically, I heated it up and stuck material in the sides of it, similar to what I did to the cowl, to fatten the cowl. Basically to fatten it up. That was another one that was suggested by Magler. So thanks again, Magler. And basically it fattens up the bottom end of the boot that's going into the ankles, makes it fit better, and it kind of in the end gives an illusion that it's a one-piece boot. I mean, if you're looking at it now, even with light on it, you know, it doesn't look so obvious, especially in darker environment as there, that it's actually two pieces. It actually does look like, you know, it could be one piece now. So that's cool. And, you know, the rest of it's, you know, still the same. I mean, like I said, it's just minor little things. There's other mods that people came up with that are even crazier than anything that I tried, let me tell you. And I didn't want to go that far. I think I've gone as far as I want to or feel that I need to. I think at this point it's just kind of nitpicking. But anyway, I didn't think I'd do as many mods as I did in the first place, but yet again I did. I started going crazy. But anyway, I'm happy with the result. I think he looks a lot more natural, like nicer, you know, with the different cape and some of the little bit of the mods that help his, you know, head out, you know, the head sculpt out a little bit, and his armor and his stance. Articulation was a little improved based on separating that elbow pad there, so I can move his arms a little more freely because it doesn't have that elbow pad flap hanging out on the sides and making it look kind of awkward. Oh, and I did a neck mod too. I shortened the neck, so you know, I took that piece out of the neck post, so his head and neck kind of sit slightly lower. And that's another one I think, you know, that I think helped out a lot. So, any case, once again, that is my, I guess you could say, heavily modded DX12 Batman now. And that is, once again, the 1/6 Bane, enhanced, thanks to the help of Mr. Echo, once again. And that's it, guys. And there it is. Boom. Now I'm just waiting for Catwoman. And you know, once I get her, I'll be back showing her off, too. Until then, until next time, guys. Okay, I have a lot more to show. Shout outs to everybody that watches my channel. And I'll be back real soon. Okay? I'll talk to you guys. I got a lot more to show. Alright? I got a custom Obi-Wan, well, not a custom, a redo sideshow Obi-Wan that I did. I got some custom lightsabers that I got off the forums. So I got a lot more to come to show. And of course, there's always the horror. So, be back real soon, guys. Until next time, peace out.